folk tale today. Does anyone know what folk tales? Yes, Deshaun, what's a folk tale? They are fake in the sense that, are they fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
They are fiction. They're not real. They use your imagination. They're stories that have been told over and over again. This one takes place in Cuba. Cuba is a little tiny island south of Florida. And that's where we're traveling today. Yes.
Is it over the is it is the island in water?
Yes, it's surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean just south of Cuba, just south of Florida right there. Cuba is part of Latin America, and this is a folktale that has traveled to many countries in Latin America. It is called Martina the Beautiful Cockroach.
Cockroach.
I know, we don't normally think of cockroaches as being beautiful, but she is. I'll show you. Yes, Deshaun.
Why is he why is his band on camera?
Because our friends at home, hi friends at home, are learning with you guys. And so usually I film it separately, but today I'm filming it with you guys. So here is our beautiful cockroach. She is green. I do not know why she is green. This book was illustrated by Michael Austin. You can take it up with him. Yes, sir.
It's probably from that salt.
She could be. So, all right. Please bear with me. I will try to do my best with the Spanish words. If I say it incorrectly, you can let me know. Yes.
How cockroach be green? It's supposed to be.
There's cockroaches everywhere.
They're supposed to be brown. Normally they are, but in this story they are. So I'm going to ask you guys to put your best listening ears on because Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha was a very beautiful cockroach. She lived in a cozy street lamp in Old Havana with her big, lovable family. Now Martina was 21 days old. She was ready to give her leg in marriage. The Cucaracha household was crawling with excitement, and everyone in the family had something to say.
Oh, look.
Tia Cucha gave her una piñeta, a seashell comb. Mama gave her una manatilla, a lace shawl. But Abuela, her Cuban grandmother, gave her some shocking advice. I haven't asked any questions. What's up?
Are they talking about the bug family?
Yeah, the bug family. The whole bug family was crawling with excitement. You want me to do what? Said Martina.
I'm like pushing and looking. I'm really getting a little bit closer.
Okay, thank you. Well, you're a beautiful cockroach, said Abuela. Does anyone here have an Abuela? Yes, what does that mean for those?
Grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
I can't raise my hand.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, so you're a beautiful cockroach, said Abuela. Finding a husband will be easy, but finding the right husband will be tricky. But stammered Martina, how will spilling coffee on his shoes help me? What? Her grandma smiled. Oh, it will make him angry. Do we usually want to make people angry?
No.
No. But then you'll know how he will speak to you when he is angry. The coffee test never fails, mija. Martina was not sure. Meanwhile, Papa set out El Perico, the parrot, to spread the word. Soon all of Havana, from the busy sidewalks of El Prado to El Moro Castle, was abuzz with the news. I don't have any questions yet, so I'm going to keep going, okay? I'll come to your question later. Martina, the beautiful cockroach, was ready to choose a husband.
That was the funny part. The other page, the donkey's face.
As was the custom, Martina would greet her suitors from the balcony under her family's many watchful eyes. Daintily she sat down, and she crossed her legs, and then she crossed her legs, and she crossed her legs, and she crossed her legs. How many legs do cockroaches have, guys?
8.
6.
6.
6. So she had to cross them. Now, she didn't have to wait long. Don Gallo, the rooster, strutted up. Oh, Martina looked at his shoes. Keeping one eye on his own reflection, Don Gallo greeted her with a bow and said, Caramba, you really are a beautiful cockroach. I will look even more fabulous with you on my wing. We like him?
No.
Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha. Beautiful muchacha. Won't you be my wife? Martina hesitated, but only for an instant. Would you like some coffee, senor? She asked. Right on cue, Abuela appeared with the coffee. With a quick glance at her grandmother, Martina nervously splattered the coffee on the rooster's shoes.
Whoa, that's good.
Oh, she said, pretending to spill the coffee. I'm sorry. Gee, I'm all feelers today. And what does the rooster say? What does the rooster say?
Wake people up in the morning.
He does, and he says, this one says, cray, 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 cray. The rooster was furious. Clumsy cockroach, he said. I will teach you better manners when you are my wife. Oh. Martina was stunned. The coffee test had worked. Is this guy nice?
No.
No. Does she want to marry him?
No.
A most humble offer, senor, she said coolly, but I cannot accept. You are much too cocky for me. Don Cerdo the pig hoofed up next. He smelled awful. Martina said, what is that unimaginable scent, senor? Is that your cologne? Oh, no, senorita, he said. This is the sweet aroma of my pigsty. Rotten eggs, turnip peels, and stinky cheese. He licked his chops, and then he said, Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife?
No.
Martina had already left to find some coffee. Now, she wasted no time with the pig and spilled the coffee right on his shoes. Gronk, gronk, squealed the pig, and he dabbed at the coffee. Oh, my beautiful loafers. He really is quite a ham, she thought. Calm yourself, senor, she said. I'll help you clean them. I'll say you will, he snorted. When you are my wife, there'll be no end to the cleaning you'll do. Ooh, should she marry this guy?
No. Nope.
Martina rolled her eyes and said, a most charming offer, senor. But I must decline. You are much too boorish for me. The coffee test had saved her again. The pig was hardly out of sight when Don Lagarto, the lizard, crept over the back of the balcony and snuck up behind her and touched her manatio. Ah! She said, you shouldn't sneak up on a lady like that. Well, I don't sneak, he said. I creep. Ugh, for some reason, this guy really bugged her. Oh, I've had enough creeps for the day, Martina said. Adios. But I need you, wait, said the lizard. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha. Won't you be my wife? Martina
Nope.
sighed. Let me see if there's any coffee left, she said. This time she wasn't taking chances. She came back with 2 cups of coffee for the lizard. He spat as she spilled the coffee on him. Don Lagarto was so furious he changed colors 3 times until he showed his true one.
I thought that was glowing. It looks like it was glowing.
To think I was going to marry you, he said. She looked at him and said, food for thought, senor. But I must refuse. You are much too cold-blooded for me. Who has cold blood? Who is cold-blooded, actually? The lizard. In real life, has cold blood? Warm-blooded versus cold-blooded animals? It's a tough crowd. All right. Martina returned to collect her day's coffee cups. Abuela came out, and Martina said, I am done, Abuela. I'm going inside. So soon, said Abuela. See, I'm afraid of who might come next, she said. But what about him? And she pointed down to the tiny brown mouse in the garden below. Oh, where has he been? She said. Well, he's been here all along, said Abuela.
That's a mouse?
Well, what do I do? She said. Go talk to him and be yourself. Martina hurried down to the garden, and the mouse was waiting for her. Hola, he said. My name is Bettis. Hola, she whispered back shyly. I'm Martina. The beautiful cockroach, he finished for her. You think I'm beautiful, she said. Well, the little mouse turned pink and blushed. He said, actually, I can't see that well. But I have excellent ears, and I know that you are strong, and you are smart, and you are good. Martina, Josefina, Catalina, Cucaracha, who cares if you're beautiful? Ooh, what do you think of this guy? We like him? Martina does her little cockroach heartbeat faster. Martina, don't forget the coffee, said Abuela. Oh no, thought Martina, I really like him. Martina, Josefina, Catalina, Cucaracha, said her grandmother. Have you ever been called by all of your names by your grandmother? Mm-hmm. Martina knew better than to argue with her Cuban grandmother. Si, Abuela, she said, and she reached for the coffee cup. But Bettis got there first. Quick as a mouse, he reached out and splashed the coffee onto her shoes. Now the coffee was really on the other foot. Martina was too delighted to be angry. At last she found her perfect match. How did you know about the coffee test, she asked. Bettis grinned. Well, mi amor, he said, you see, I too have a Cuban grandmother. So here is his Cuban grandmother mouse and the Cuban grandmother cockroach having coffee together while they live happily ever after. And that is the ending. Bye, friends at home. You can cut it off.